Mastering your emotions is mastering your life. I have just shared a 15-minute dissertation and spoke to myself because I see my sound was not working. Thank you so much for everyone who let me know. Please let me know again that my sound is working this time. So I want to talk to you about that amazing thing that happens to us as human beings in life, and that is that our emotions come and just take over, manage our lives, and instead of us mastering our lives, our emotions come and master us. So I want to share with you today what we can do about it, because it doesn't have to be like that. I remember as a young girl and even as a teenager that I would wake up some mornings and feel in such a bad mood, and I would think, oh, yay, thank you, Jasmine, you're telling me it's working, yay, yay, yay. And I would wake up in the morning and think, oh, I wish that I wouldn't feel this bad and so in such a bad mood. And I couldn't understand why my emotions were just so managing me. It was many, many years later, as an adult and as a psychologist, that I learned really life-changing skills and approaches to help me master my emotions, that I can have many more moments of mastering my life. I do not want to say that it's easy and that I do it all the time. By all means, not. But I can guarantee one thing: it has made a significant change in my life. So we all know that suffering is universal, but victimhood is optional. We are all hungry for approval, for attention and affection, and therefore we will do many things and allow many emotions to overwhelm us, because these things are just so important to us as people. But victimization comes from the outside. That's the bully at school. That is still the memory of that still running your life. Or the raging boss at work that just make your tummy knot. Or the abusive spouse or the lover who cheats. But victimhood comes from the inside. No one can make you a victim but you. We become victims, not because of what happened to us, but because we hold on to what happened to us. We jail ourselves by bringing the past continuously into the present. Isn't that silly? We all experience pain and challenges many times in one day, in our lifetimes. I have personally experienced huge life-changing challenges, but I also daily experience many smaller ones. Remember, there's no hierarchy of pain. There is no hierarchy of challenges. In those moments that you feel your emotions, they are real. And you do not, and I want to remind you, do not compare yourself to someone else's emotions. Think, I shouldn't feel this bad because, wow, look at my sister, look at how she's going through a big challenge. Your emotions are real to you. But emotions are transient. They change. In one day, we can have emotions that's up and emotions that's down. Emotions that make us feel good and emotions that really break us down. I want to share with you the story of two clients with two very different scenarios of emotional reactions. And they came to seek help because they were really stuck in the emotions. The first client came to see me in 2004, and I want to mention this one specifically because this was a significant experience for me. She came to see me because her husband died, and she came to see me exactly a week after my previous husband died suddenly. I decided to go back to my psychology center because I needed some sanity. My emotions were really dark, and I was in a deep sense of loss and despair. And I decided that I want to see if going back and helping other people will make me feel better because I know that I've done it before. And yes, when the universe sent me this client, I sat there and I thought, Ilse, you have to now pull yourself together. If this woman knows you are as in bereavement as she is, how will she ever feel that you can help her? And I was just so amazed how my emotions of despair and loss and darkness just disappeared as I started to focus on her and help her to know. I understand how hard it is for her. I understand it's difficult because it is when somebody just makes you feel, I'm here for you, I hear you, and I care, that already can make emotions really go to a different direction of ease. And I was also thinking, who am I to think I've been dealt the worst blow? If she can do it on her own because she had no kids, she died before her and her husband had kids. At least I had my 2 kids to live for. And then another client came to me, cried, really crying because she has done something silly with a gift that her beloved husband gave her. He gave her a sports Mercedes and he parked it in the garage with a red ribbon around it. And in the excitement to take it for a test drive, she reversed and forgot to open the garage door. So when she came to sit in front of me, she said, I'm devastated. I said to her, I can understand a car, a Mercedes Sport is an expensive thing, and your husband really spoiled you and he wanted to show you how special you are to him. And she said, no, that's not my pain. My real pain is not the damage to my sports car. My pain is that this car was a consolation for yet another of his infidelities. And I realized that her pain was not to be associated with a dent car, but with a far bigger reason. So who are we to judge and scale the pain and challenges of another pain? A person, pain is pain and challenges are challenges. So how do we move from being in the prison of victimhood to liberating ourselves? All our joy in life is coming from the inside. And I know that it's hard work, but it is not impossible. It's a choice. It is just a choice, and I have to remind myself multiple times that, Ilse, it's your choice. If you want to remain getting staying in that victimhood, it's a choice. So I want to share with you really life-changing approaches that I've learned over the years, and I have learned from many significant and impactful mentors that I have turned to for help. The first one that I want to share with you in mastering your emotions is to learn to look at your emotions differently. This is one of the skills I teach my clients when I do one-on-one consultations with them. And I teach this also to the members of my online programs. And my online programs, many of them include group sessions and also one-on-one mentoring sessions. And this is what I teach. Wear these glasses. One lens is a negative lens, the other lens is a positive lens. Look at your emotions and what is happening to you. If it's a negative emotion and you are looking at it with emotions that's negative and challenged and painful, please put your perception glasses on and put the positive glass on as well, and go and ask yourself in that moment where you are feeling this feeling of distress and of pain and of challenge, what is the blessing for me in this moment? This is a deep question. It's a transformative question. It is a question that will help you to master your life, Because if you know the universal law of duality, the universal law that and Newton said this to us, for every positive there's a negative, for every action there's the equal and opposite reaction. So go and put on those glasses in those moments that you have those really negative emotions, and go and ask yourself, in this moment that I'm experiencing this experience, what is the lesson for me? What am I learning here? What is the blessing for me? Who is supporting me? And then ask yourself as well, if I feel this emotion, this negative emotion, where am I also feeling the opposite emotion? So I want to give an example here. I am a very keen golfer, weekend golfer. I love to go and play golf over weekends with my husband. And we have played beautiful courses all over the world, and I'm really loving playing it. I'm just an average golfer. I always joke and say, I play beautiful golf. I have beautiful outfits, but my golf is not my highest skill, talent, and purpose. It's just a hobby. So this happened to me on the golf course yesterday. I started to play with a high expectation that I'm going to really play a good round of golf. And after a couple of mishaps and missed shots and the usual round of golf, I started getting angry with myself and upset with myself and started to really beat myself up. And of course, my emotions started to master me, and downhill went my golf. So I applied my own skill and I said, Ilse, what are you feeling? I said, okay, I'm feeling upset and angry with myself. And I asked, what is the benefit for you that you feel like this? And you know what was the benefit that came up for me? I reminded myself, it is really important to me to learn to master my mind. And here my mind is giving me an open invitation. It's saying, come on, I'm giving you the opportunity to practice. And I reminded myself as well, remember to put on these glasses. Where do you feel the opposite feeling as well? The opposite feeling of beating myself up and angry with myself is satisfied with myself. I said, Ilse, so where are you feeling satisfied with yourself? And I felt satisfied with many of my shots already. My emotions calmed down. And I became present. My breathing slowed down. My heart rate slowed down. I'm sure my blood pressure came down. And my mind got quieter. And I started to play a far better round of golf because I enjoyed it. It didn't matter anymore whether it was a good round or a bad round. It was about using the power of my mind to be present. So I have used other skills as well that I just shared with you. My breathing. Make sure that you bring your breathing deep into your tummy. Breathe in, say for 5, hold for 5, and breathe out for 5. Go and get some breathing apps. I have an Apple Watch that I'm wearing, and it has a breathing app on it. And when I feel that my breathing is getting too shallow, and I can feel that my emotions are getting a little bit more anxious, I will do a breathing exercise. Also, make use of meditation. I make use of apps as well. And I have meditations that I listen for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, or it doesn't matter how much time it all depends on the time I have to my availability. Because when we do this, when we quiet our minds, when we see both sides, when we breathe deeply into our tummies, we become mindful. Another way for you to master your emotions as well is to focus on your vision for your life. My vision for my life is that I wish to teach self-mastery to thousands of people all over the world, because I know that makes a difference. This is what I'm doing for you right now. Connect to your vision. When I remind myself that I have the vision to touch the lives of thousands of people all over the world, to learn to apply a powerful mental mind model to master their lives, my emotions become quiet and still again, and I remind myself I have a purpose. And that lifts me up. That gives me gratitude. And then I am starting to master my life again more. And then, of course, to have faith in higher power. I definitely have faith in a higher power, whoever you call the higher power. I know that my half is up to me, but the other half is up to God in who I believe. I know that is a part that really brings me a lot of comfort. Then use your emotions as your driving force to learn about yourself. In January, I have shared in my family's extraordinary group one question each day that I said, ponder, go and ask yourself this question so that you can get to know yourself better. Go back to my questions and go and see how you can apply those questions that I ask, and you can learn to master your emotions and thereby mastering your life more. We have given one life. May we live this life to the best of our abilities. May we live it to bring glory to our Maker, whoever you perceive your Maker is. May we live our lives to bring joy to ourselves and service to others. So use your emotions as your driving force to take you higher into service of yourself and service to others. So my question to you is, and thank you, I see just living in the moment is what it's all about. It is so true. It's not easy, but I've just shared great examples with you of how you can do it. And another Facebook user says, the way I was able to let go of being the victim, I realized I was capable of doing the very same thing. So I forgave and felt love and compassion for my perceived perpetrator. That is exactly what I mean. Go and see what is the blessing, the benefit for you in that moment. Go and see the other side. And go and see what you are judging in others, where you do the same because it sets you free. So are you ready to learn how to master your life more? Do you want to learn to master your emotions? Well, I am here. I'm ready to show you the way. I offer one-on-one consultations on Zoom or Skype to people who say, I put up my hand for myself. I need a mentor. I also offer online programs, and especially my one that that I perceive and feel that has the biggest impact on people who want to really learn to manage their lives and manage their emotions is my 8 weeks to shine, where I share over 8 weeks I cannot say all, many of the skills that we need to learn, especially that mental mind model, to become the masters of our lives and live our lives of fulfillment, meaning, purpose, and a vision. So if you are ready and you say, I want to know more, just let me know in a comment, in a message, or send me an email at, there's my name, Ilse, at ilsealberts.com. Let's chat about it. There's no pressure on you. It will cost you absolutely nothing to just reach out to me and say, can we talk more about it? I want to know more. Just remember, the universe applauds action, not thought. It is futile to just think something. The change comes when we start to take action. So, this is Ilse Alberts, and I have so enjoyed spending time with you again. Thank you for watching. And if I can be of service to you and show you a new way, a different way, a life-changing way of how to master your life, reach out to me. I would love to share with you how it can be done. Have a very special and an inspiring week. Until next time.